This week on the Habitual Line Steppers, Calvin Ridley fumbles the bag. Thanks for stopping back in with the Habitual Line Steppers. Terry, as usual, 30 minutes after we recorded our podcast, breaking news broke about my favorite team, the Atlanta Falcons. Star wide receiver Calvin Ridley has been suspended for the entire 2022-2023 season for betting on his own team, the Atlanta Falcons, in three separate game parlays. He betted with them. $1,500 total will end up costing him $11 million next year. The first player, I think, since Pete Rose to get caught gambling on his own sport as an active player. You're a baseball guy. You've seen this before, Terry. This is more your territory than football. What's your first take on this? Oh, breaking news!
Nah, bro. Honestly, it's just really dumb. Like, that's the first thing that came to mind. You can't do that dumbass shit. Like, Pete Rose, they won't even let this dude in the Hall of Fame, bro. Like, this is a serious crime, son. You can't bet on the games. Because how are we supposed to know if you bet for the team or against the team? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what you're doing. We don't know what, like, your actions are on the field. Now we got to question everything you did, every route you took, every time you didn't go out of bounds when you should have.
What other, like, guys you play with at Alabama are texting you like, hey, my hamstring isn't as good this week as they thought it was. Like, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with all that, man. And as you can expect, Calvin Ridley is taking it all very seriously and is extremely contrite. As he tweeted out, I bet $1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem. I couldn't even watch football at that point. I'm just going to be more healthy when I come back. I know I was wrong, but I'm getting 1 year. LOL.
He's taking
you know my character.
Yeah, taking it real serious there, Calvin. So what do you think about your boy? So this is your team. What came to your mind when this news broke right after our podcast?
At first, I was like, this dude is lucky that he didn't get banned for life.
Ooh, lifetime ban, bro?
Because the NFL doesn't fucking play when it comes to undermining the integrity of the game.
True.
Hey, and Roger Goodell did a good amount of finger wagging in his memo that his press release that he put out, openly mocking Calvin Ridley and whatnot. But then I realized, Terry, we just had a coach a month ago openly accuse the owner of paying him $100,000 a game to lose games. And we haven't heard about anything being followed up on that. I haven't heard about no sanctions going on. I haven't heard about any draft picks getting taken away. I didn't hear about ban from life. So, balancing the two, Calvin Ridley, it seems about right that he got a year.
I mean, it seems about right, but Miami needs to be answering some questions, all right? If you're going to go ahead and reprimand a player and you call this like, the NFL is for the players, blah, 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 fuck out of here. We know that's a lie. Miami, they got to lose some picks, bro. Betting against your own team that you own, you shouldn't even be able to draft.
That's way worse than betting for the team that you're taking, like, time away from.
Yeah.
Way worse. But no suspension on that. But you like how I managed to shift the narrative, so now the Falcons haven't done something wrong, Terry? I'm a media ringmaster, okay? Right after LeBron James' playbook.
Well, look, bro. I mean, I like what you did there, but here's the thing. It is just a singular player problem. It's not the whole team. You know what I'm saying? This dude and the owner of the Dolphins, that's the owner of the actual whole team. Like, that team, they're going to be – hopefully they get in trouble. It seems like they're trying to sweep it under the rug, like nothing ever happened. But this Calvin Ridley thing, I mean, this is the biggest suspension we've seen, right? I don't think anybody's got a full year.
Not since Adrian Peterson disciplined his child not to the liking of the NFL. But he was, for me, are we sure that this is an isolated incident, Terry? Or is this just the first one? Because the NFL is now, during the last year, the league partnered with DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, Hard Rock. They let in all the betting apps, and anybody now can just, with one touch, bet right from their phone, which is what Calvin Ridley did from his own cell phone on the Hard Rock Sportsbook app.
See, that's where he's just stupid. You can't leave a paper trail, baby. You can't leave a paper trail. You can't use your own phone.
He didn't, like, it's so accessible. He didn't even realize it was wrong like that. Like, yes, that's not an excuse. You can't be like Dave Chappelle and be like, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
No, that's true. But,
that only works for us. That would work for Cooper Kupp, not for Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, but you got to know. He has to know better, man. That's actually pretty crazy that he's just like, you know what? Let me swipe my debit card on this one. 1,500 on the Falcons. We got this dub. Honestly, bro.
I'd like to know. I want them to release what game it what like, and did we win? Did he lose his money?
I'm surprised he bet on football. Like, damn, bro, you could have bet on another sport, dude. Come on, because I'm pretty sure you can bet on other sports. Like,
yeah, you can bet on other sports.
You bet on basketball
in the league that you're a part of, man.
Stupid, man. What's your boy thinking? He's your best receiver too. Y'all are fucked.
Well, he didn't think, Terry. But one thing I can promise you is that he's going to have plenty of time to think coming up. Because he's going to be playing all next year, and then the year after that is the last year on his contract with the Falcons. He's almost assuredly going to get traded. It will have been 18 months since he got hit by another grown man running full speed.
Yeah. And how old is he? He's only like 26 or 27, maybe.
Yeah,
he might be younger. Actually,
yep, he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah, so I mean, when he gets back, he'll be fresh. But I mean, this is the second largest, I think.
Yeah,
because your boy Josh
enter though, in terms of Calvin Ridley, the player is starting to enter Josh Gordon territory.
Oh, Josh Gordon, he got suspended for what, like 6 seasons? Like every time they're like, "You're done, you're done, you're done." Every time he came back, I was like,
so, unlike Josh Gordon, though, if Calvin Ridley comes back and makes another parlay bet, it's not going to be another year suspension, buddy.
No, you're done.
You'll be lucky if you can get a job playing for the Ottawa Janitors.
No, that's true. I mean, he can always go to the UFL, or the USPL, whatever they call that league they got now. But I mean,
that's where the Falcons are probably going to go to replace him. Because would you want to hear the list of wide receivers on our depth chart under contract for next season for the Atlanta Falcons?
You can give me a list. Go ahead.
Are you ready for the official depth chart?
Who do they got?
Frank Darby.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh.
The only wide receiver under contract on the whole team. Everyone else are free agents. The illustrious Russell Gage, Tajay Sharp, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Christian Blake.
Jesus Christ. Hey, look, this might be the first time they'll do an open tryout for wide receivers for Atlanta.
Yeah, man, it's going to be like that movie Invincible with Vince Papale and the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg was in.
Shit, bro. I don't know, man. But
hosted in Atlanta, we might have our first gender fluid NFL player, so we'll break down some barriers.
No, that's true. I mean, but here's it sucks for him also, I think, in a way, because like he was, saying he had all these mental health problems. And I feel like this is very similar to Ben Simmons. But, we can't talk about this type of shit because it makes you a villain because you are vilifying these guys. But mental health, and then you're just like, let me bet on some games real quick. Fuck it. Let me see if I can get some money. Like, we're questioning you at this point. Like, what are you doing? What are your intentions when you're doing stupid shit like this?
Yeah, they said he placed the bets during a time where he was away from the team when he had already, taken his break for mental health and whatnot.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Doesn't matter. You're still getting paid. You're still on the team. Like that's
it's called insider information, brother. You can't be cheating out here, yo. You're on the team. You know who's hurt, who's not hurt before people know.
Well, no, they said, Terry, actually, it's funny that in their investigation, they did uncover that there was no insider information or advantage used. He was just out here betting. Didn't talk to nobody. They went through the phone, text messages, everything.
Deleting text. Easy. Like, I deleted my text, and the person I tweeted on the team, they deleted their text. No evidence.
You think he pulled the Tom Brady and the phone just ended up in the bottom of a river somewhere?
Yeah, like what are they going to do? If I delete my text on my end and I tell you to delete yours, they can't get to that shit. I'm not going to, here, take my phone. The texts are deleted, bro. I got nothing to worry about.
They get come on, man. You think these billionaires aren't in league with AT&T or whoever these providers are? If they want to get your shit, they'll get it. Listen, man, if your collective wealth is like $50 billion, you can get whatever you want.
You think Arthur Smith is going to help the NFL try to get their his number one receiver, suspended for multiple seasons?
Nah. And speaking of good faith, man, Arthur Blank, our owner, and our GM Terry Fontenot and our coach, we found out about this investigation on February 9th. And since then, a bunch of teams have called up trying to trade for Calvin Ridley, and we shut them all down because we knew there was going to be a punishment coming down. But we could have done some dealer Danny Ainge type of shit and sent Isaiah Thomas with a bad back over for Kyrie.
Oh, man, that would have been that's shrewd business. I don't understand why y'all didn't do it. I would have traded him in a heartbeat. Like, go ahead, trade him. Let me get a couple first-round picks for that, too. You know what?
We're a classy organization, Terry. We do things the right way down here at the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, that's your alert. So your boy's gone for a year. How dumb on the Richter scale? How stupid was his action by your boy?
It's pretty dumb. I mean, you may not have a career. You'll be your last chance when you come back, and then anything you do will be under the microscope going forward. There's already been a bunch of people who have questioned his integrity on the field. Manuel Acho, who's the host of First Thing Something or Other on Fox.
For yourself.
Yeah, whatever. He sucked. But he put out this video being like, I'm not going to say Calvin Ridley was betting on his own games and trying to throw games, but you can't explain these plays where it looked like Calvin Ridley was just trying to make a bigger play and went backwards and got tackled. Like,
I saw it. It was just
so stupid. But because of this, he'll have to deal with those questions the whole rest of his career. Are we sure that it was just him betting on the games? Are we sure there wasn't another shoe to drop? His name will forever be sullied.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for the home team. I mean, and I saw that play that Emmanuel Acho tweeted about. I mean, you were playing the Seahawks. The score was 14-9. You had 57 seconds left going into halftime. The Falcons had one timeout. He was just trying to get some yards. Call timeout if he doesn't go out of bounds. Who cares, Emmanuel? Jesus Christ. Like, calm down, bro.
Yeah, come on, man. We're not the Dolphins. We're not throwing games out here.
Hey, we're still looking at the Dolphins, all right? Now, we're still looking at the Dolphins.
Okay? We didn't forget. And you know what? I think Matt Ryan, I think he was the one who put the tip in. I think he snitched on Calvin Ridley because you know who's scheduled to have the biggest cap hit of all time of any player in NFL history this season?
Matt Ryan?
Yes, with nearly $49 million of cap space devoted to Matt Ryan this year. This year.
God.
This year. Now, Calvin Ridley's contract, his $11 million, now that he's been suspended, comes off the books for a year. And we get $11 million in cap space. Now, Matt Ryan doesn't have to renegotiate his deal or worry about getting shipped off to Detroit.
Hey, man, Cleveland. That is one of the worst contracts in all of sports, bro. You got to be shitting me. That's ridiculous. But, hey, look, Calvin, you know what?
The whole list, the top player cap hits this year, you'll never guess who the top three. All three, just horrendous deals.
Who?
Matt Ryan is one. Kirk Cousins is two, with $45 million for Kirk Cousins. And number three, at $41 million is Deshaun Watson.
Ooh, that's tough. Damn. What did Kirk Cousins sign a franchise tag or something? 44? Is that what
he signed? Remember when he signed his 3-year deal? He was like, no, I signed all guaranteed. He was like, give me a short deal, all guaranteed.
Wow, man. That's crazy. The way that these quarterbacks are getting away with this is ridiculous. But really, you're done. And Dak Prescott, he shook Jerry Jones down for a lot of money, too.
Yeah.
Those quarterbacks are getting away with it. Hey, I'm all for getting your money, though. Whatever. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Hey, this is good for Amari Cooper. Because one less number one receiver on the open market.
Yeah, that's true. If he wants to go to Atlanta, they'll take you. They'll take you in there.
let me be the first to say, Terry, on behalf of all Atlanta Falcons fans, and I think I can speak directly for our owner, Arthur Blank, on this one. I already hit him up via the text and confirmed. Calvin Ridley has played his last game as an Atlanta Falcon. We wish that he gets his mental health together, that he doesn't have no CTE, and that he starts taking better accountability of his actions. Instead of talking about, I ain't got no gambling problem, I only bet $1,500. I only got suspended 1 year, LOL. That's not going to fly with Arthur Smith. We're not going to have that type of culture on the team. He's out. He's done.
He's not playing with the Falcons ever again.
No, he's done. He's done forever. He'll never return. He'll probably not even return to the building. Like, he'll probably not come back to Atlanta and just keep training in Tuscaloosa, wherever the fuck he is.
Alabama. Hey, man. To be honest with you, and this is like towards the end of our video, sports betting to me, in the grand scheme of horrible things that people can do, I really don't even think it's that big a deal. Like, you can't do it, of course, towards your own team, but if you only found evidence of him doing it this one time, I think he's going to be okay. It was a stupid mistake, but it's not like, I mean, Pete Rose was like doing that shit for seasons and seasons.
And really now his name will be there with Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson forever. Yeah. And people will think of him as a guy who tried to throw games, cheated, as a cheater. You know what I mean?
I don't know about all that, buddy.
Hey, Terry, I'll be anxious to see if the other shoe drops. And if Calvin Ridley is not the first of many NFL players that thought that they could casually bet on their phones now that it's so ubiquitous out there.
Yeah, possibly. Hey, I mean,
I'd be willing to bet over-under this summer. Calvin, if the over-under is 1, I'm going over. There's going to be another person who did it.
It might. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody's this dumb. Like, you can bet on the NBA. You can bet on the NBA, bro. Like, I wouldn't bet on the NFL. I was just like, I bet on LeBron getting, 20 points tonight. Like, that's easy. What I bet on my own sport. Come on,
I feel like his teammates are also like, this is low-key disrespectful that you only bet $1,500 on us. It's like, do you really believe or not, man? Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Well, like you said, I think you're a little too close to the situation, but I think he'll play for the Falcons next year. I think they'll re-sign him. I don't think it's too crazy, but he did make a mistake, and hopefully he learns from it. Good luck for you and the rest of your life and your mental health, man.
I'm sure. Yep. I'm sure that he gets his stuff together and he becomes a dynamic number one again. But I'll just close this out with the words of the CEO of Home Depot, the illustrious Arthur Blank. Fuck Calvin Ridley. I'm just kidding, AB. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to another clip of the Habitual Line Slippers podcast. Check us out at www.thehLSpod.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and read my fucking article.
Let's go. Every Tuesday we dropping.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.